it started. Okay, it started. So okay. Oh shit! What? Okay. Okay, so I am in the page of the project. I'll just start from the beginning. So go to the repository. Yeah, it's a bit slow, I think, because it's using a lot of memory. So I'll download the project somewhere in the PC. Study Jammers. Save it. I'll try to go there. No. Okay, so then I'll just open the... I use Visual Studio for that because it's free. I have IntelliJ, but I think for most people, I think it's best to, because it's free, use the VS Code. Study Jammers. Oh wait, I'll just rename it to Study Jam. Study Jam. Okay, so I'll deploy the project using the service supply. So just try to go to GitHub and create a repository for it. New repository. Okay, let me say study jamming, something like that. Okay, then I'll go to that folder. If you guys have some question along the way, please let me know. Okay, cd study. Okay, so I am in that folder. So let's start a GitHub project. So just follow the instructions in here in the folder we are going to use. We already have a README file. Okay, we don't need that for now. I'll just a second. I'll try to open something else. Oh no. I usually use Git Ignore in my projects. So I always create a Git Ignore with default stuff that we do not use. So I'll just copy everything from here. Let me get the raw file. Push in. Oh, sorry. Sorry, everything's a bit slow. Oh no. Okay, a new file called Git Ignore. Because when we commit stuff to the repository, we don't want anything else. We don't want, for example, any package that is inside the env environment or VS Code stuff or DS store. We don't want any stuff like that. So I just put the Git Ignore there. Yeah. Okay, and just for visualization, I use GitHub to add that repository that I'm using in here so I can visualize my modifications. So desktop study gem. Okay. So yeah, we have this bunch of stuff here to commit. I hope we don't have anything that is not appropriate for now. So okay, where I was, I think we could do a first Git commit. So we have Git Ignore, file squad partial license, config, yeah, all of this stuff in here. Branch MA, add our remote repository, and do our first push. Okay, sorry. I have to do a git add all and git commit in. Okay, we committed everything. Okay, now it works. And then we have our first files in here. Okay, sorry, I have a lot of things open in here. So then, okay, now the next step would be to create a resource group. Azure, I'm going to Azure portal. I already have a resource group created, so I don't know if it would be interesting to create a resource group, because yeah, I think it's I think everybody knows how to do it so far. If someone has some doubt about it, please let me know. So I'll just create a SQL database and populate it with the structures in the code. So I already have a resource group created. I also have already a database created, but yeah, I don't know if everybody's clear on it, so I'll just try to create one. So a new SQL database. So I use subscription, the resource that I created before, database name, let's see, study training DB, and yeah, I also have a server, but I'll try to create a new one. CMS. Oh, sorry. This study training server. Study Jan. Password. Try to create a password. Okay, the location. I am in the West Europe, and also my resource group is West Europe, so I'll just also put this one in here. Yeah, I'll change this one because I guess I'm using an expensive one. We just need one basic one with 2 gigas. Next, network, we want it to be public. Why it's not changing? And then we also, yeah, want to allow yeah, the resources to be accessible. So next one, additional studies, we don't need that. Tags, we don't need that for now, so I guess we can review and create, and then we wait for a while. And then if we go to the project script, we see that we have SQL scripts. So we have SQL scripts for users and for posts table. So yeah, we basically need to copy this in here. Okay, it's still in progress. Okay, it's still in progress. While it is in progress, let's try to just create our Python environment. There is, for those who do not know much of Python or learning, Visual Studio page has a good resource about Flask applications, and I think they also have one with Django applications. Yeah, so they just give a lot of instructions about it. So basically you just need to follow the instructions in here to create a Python environment. If I want later on, I can share these resources with you. So because I'm using Mac, then I'll use this one in here to create Python environment, because it's important for every project in Python that you have, that you create the own environment of a project for the dependencies that you're going to need. And yeah, we have a lot of requirements in this one. Yeah, some of them I don't think we use. I think we use Alembic and yeah, some other stuff. But yeah, so I'll just change the name. I won't call it env. I'll call it study. I'll call it gem env. And then we can see here that a new folder is created. Yeah, and like we can do all of this thing manually, but actually, if you want to debug in VS Code, you can. If you are using Mac, for example, you can press the upper arrow, Command and P. So Shift Command P, and then you can select the interpreter that you're going to use to run your Python code. So in this case, we are going to use the Python that is for the environment we just created, which is the gem env. So we can choose that. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, you can activate. You can use this command here in the terminal, source env being activate. But in this case, we don't use env because the name of our environment is gem env. And then when you see the symbol, sorry, someone sent message. Hello? I think someone wants to enter. Sorry, I need to. Yeah, someone wants to enter. Okay. So you see gem env here between parentheses. So yeah, it says that our environment is activated and we can install stuff and everything. So after that, we can go requirements. Requirements.txt. Yeah, we can use this command pip install our requirements to install all of the packages that are described in our requirements.txt file. So let's see if it works. Usually it doesn't work for me at the first time, but we can try it again. Okay, while it is installing, we can go back to the Azure portal. I have too many pages opened. Where was I? Okay, it's in here. So okay, our DB is deployed. So in here we want to go to the query editor, and let's study journey. Okay. Okay, we had an error here, but I received a warning. It says you should consider upgrading via pip install. So yeah, let's just copy and paste this in here. Oh, sorry, pp. It's going to update pp. I don't know if that's the problem actually, but usually when I do it, it works. Okay, let's just try again. Oh, sorry, I just typed it wrong. Pip install upgrade. Pip install upgrade. Okay, so it worked now. So I'll just clean it up, and we can go back and copy this one and run. Oops. And just run it, and to create the users DB, and populate it with the admin in username and this cryptographed password, which all of it means pass, as described in the readme file. In the instructions it says that we should log in with a username admin and the password pass. So for security reasons, they put this cryptography stuff in here, which in the end is going to make some crazy calculation, and it means pass. So yeah. So let's see if the table was created. It seems was created. So let's try to create the posts table and also populate it with something. And it says it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I'll just refresh and see if the information is there. So we have posts. We can select the top 1000 or anything, and then we can see that we have the data that yeah, that was described, and also for the users. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we can try to run our app. So first, to run the app, I do one little thing. I go to the I create a .env file. Oh, sorry, did it again. New file called .env. So in this file .env, I put all of my environment variables. I hope I have it somewhere. I don't know. Maybe in here. Yeah, so just 1 second, I'll just check another thing. Yes. Yeah, I also created this one, Flask app, because we have this environment variable called Flask app. So because our main instructions to run the app are in the application.python, that's where we put information about what is our our server name and port, if we are going to use SSL certificate, So yeah, I just put it in here. So in this way I can run the app just by using Python application.py, and hopefully our app is going to run on localhost. So yeah, maybe most of you had also this issue in here. Some of you have the option to go ahead, like because this is unsafe and blah blah blah. This is because of the HTTPS stuff, and yeah, the way the app get around with it is by using SSL contests ad hoc. Otherwise we would need to generate like SSL certificates, keys, yeah, to be able to run it. So a way that I found to get around it is to go, yeah, there is a you type this is unsafe, you are in here, you just type this is unsafe, enter, and then you tell your browser that yeah, you can go ahead and yeah, go, just let your browser trust it. So let's see if we type admin and the password phrase like described in the admin instructions. Let's see if we are able to log in. So it's loading. Hopefully it will work. Oh, sorry, it won't work. It won't work because we didn't configure our DB stuff. We need to configure our DB, so just yeah, we have internal server error because of course we need to go to the config.py, and yeah, we need to configure this stuff: SQL Server, SQL database, SQL username, SQL password. And as you can see here in the app, we have the option to use osenvir.git. So for that, I use a specific library in Python. Let me try to open it. So I use the .env. So I'll just import the .env. The requirement would be python.env, and okay, I'll interrupt this in here, and that we can do, oops, we can do, oh my god, we can do pp install python.env, and then we are gonna be able to use python.env. Okay, in the config.py, okay, then we need to load yeah, our environment variable. So this one tells so the base dir in here, what this is doing is to get the name of our base directory. In this case is our root path, yeah, whatever it is, our root path, and the root path of your project, and then you just join the root path of your project with the file name or where you put your environment variables, which is the .env, and then yeah, when it runs, it's going to know that the entity variables can be found in here. So let's go to the database and get that data that we need. Okay. So we need our server name. Let's copy it. We need our password. I hope this is the right. What is that? Study German. Okay, SQL database. Oh, sorry. SQL database is the name of the database. Okay. I forgot the name of the user. I guess this is the name of the user. Study Jamming. Study Jam DB. Okay, let's see if it works now. Let's run it again. Let's. Okay, what I need to type. This is unsafe. This is unsafe. Admin pass sign in. Did I save everything? Okay, this is something wrong. Once you have SQL Server, SQL database, username, password. Maybe I didn't save all. Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry, there is a small mistake in here. I put based here, but it's based here lowercase. Okay, now it finally worked. So I guess yeah, we can please edit. Then we can choose change some stuff, and yeah, maybe add some file. Oh, yeah, we cannot right now. We cannot at the moment, but yes, we can change. For example, we could change the author name, Johnny Smithy Gaga, something like that, and yeah, we can see that it changed. Then we can go back to the sorry, someone else needs to enter, I think. Okay. Where was I? Okay, so we created the database and we populated it with the script. The next step is the storage container. So I'll just close everything here. Go to our home. Actually, I already created a container, but I already have a container, a storage account. I guess you guys also know how to create a storage container, but if you would like me to do it, let me know. So in here, in containers, I have, for example, okay, I'll try to create a new one. For the storage container, okay, I'll try to create one from the beginning. So I create a new storage container, resource group. Let me see. CMS resource group. Storage account name. Oh, okay. Storage. Yeah, I guess there's not much mystery in here. We need to change public endpoint, all networks. Yeah. Next data, I'll change it to cool because we might not need to access very often. Yeah, I hope it didn't mess up anything in here. If it doesn't work, we just use the other one. Yeah, so we just wait. So yeah, just for example, we have this one here. Okay, we can use it now. Now let's go to create a container. That's simpler. We just can put some name in here, EMJ, and we want it to be accessible publicly to a wide range of endpoints. So yeah, so let's go to our settings and let's just fill out the blob account, blob storage key, blob container. So the blob container, we just put the name of our container that we just created, German's image. For the blob storage, we need to go to access keys, and we need to copy one of those keys, put it in here, and the blob account is just this one. Yeah, and because it's getting the data from the .env file, it should work. Hopefully should work. Let's save everything, and I guess it updates automatically, so okay, I closed. Okay, just have a problem here. Okay. Let's see if we can update a image in here. Okay, I guess it was possible. Yes, and we can see the image in here. So yeah, it's working fine. Yeah, so I'll just oops. I'll just save the change because I don't want to mess up anything. So I'll just go to the Git Ignore and put this in here. Sure. Envy. Oh, sorry, there is. No, it's this. Yeah, we don't wanna. I didn't save, right? Oh, sorry, it's Gym Envy. I'm a bit blind. Yeah, we didn't change my stuff. What did we change? Just the requirements and the config. And in Docker, okay. Commit any. Adding Lesson.in. Okay, the next step, after that, after this one, we should go to the views. We have the part of the Azure Active Directory. Yeah, this part okay. There's I'll get my Yeah, I have my project from the MCell in here. I'll just look at it and follow. So for this one, we need to go to our Flask web project views and work on the to-do stuff. So yeah, we start by creating the MSL app. So for that, it's basically just follow the instructions in the exercise Auth Url with MSL. Yeah, there is a solution part, for example, which shows you like if you weren't able to figure it out, how to do it by following the documentation. Yeah, he gives a bunch of pieces of code that you can put. But basically what we need to do is start by building an MSL app. If you want to go deeper, you can always look into the documentation. So I don't know, Python, MSL, yeah, there is a stuff in here in which you can search for it. So for example, and here we are creating a confidential client application, so you can search for it, and then you will find the documentation of everything that's needed, what parameters you need to use, what it's going to return. Then we can go deeper into this. The documentation is provided in the exercise. So yeah, let's start with this one, the first to do in here. So create a confidential client application. Yeah, basically we need a client ID, authority, and client secret. Okay, this we are going to create this in a bit. Maybe we should create first. Okay, let's go there to the home. Yes, I also have one in here. So basically we go to Azure Active Directory, and we need to go to, like, if you want to create a new tenant, you can do it, but yeah, just use the default ones that we have in here. So we have API registrations. We need to register our application in Azure Active Directory, and then yeah, I basically already have one here, a CMS web study gem, but we can create a new one. Yes, I can do study Jammers web app, and we want it to be we wanted to have a wide range of access, so we just choose the option multi-tenant, and yeah, basically because in the configuration, if you see, we use the multi-tenant app. It's provided in the comments here. For multi-tenant app, use this tenant name, and then yeah, we can provide these, which basically, yeah, oops, where I am. Yeah, so basically we are going to use something like this. So we were running our app in our local host, and we will use this endpoint to get a token, to generate a token. We are going to contact the third service auth provider, which is Microsoft, and Microsoft is going to generate us a token. Yeah, so we do it like this. Okay, then we go to authentication. Authentication, we want to add a platform. Actually, we didn't need to use that one before for web. Must be unique. Sorry, before I did a mistake. I'll delete this one. Oh, it's because I used this before, so I'll just do get the GM token. I don't know, something like this. And then I'll change it here, get GM token. Okay, and for logout, when we log out, we want to be redirected to some page. Yeah, we can use the one that that was also used in the example. In the example, it redirects to the login page, so we can try to use that. We save it. So let's see what we have in here. So we have a scope. We just want to read the profile of the Microsoft user. We don't want anything more. File system, to use a token cache. Okay, it's explained in here. Authority, because we are going to use it's a multi-tenant app, so we need client secret and the client ID. We need to fill it out in here. So we have certificates and secrets. So we're gonna need to create a new client secret. So we get the value of it and put it in here. You need to save it now because you will only be able to see it once. Client ID we can get from the overview, if I remembered correctly. So we have client secret, client ID, and then let's go back to our views. So we have client ID, client secret. So we should define, we have authority. Yeah, the cache will be, you're gonna see it later on. Now the other part, where am I? The other part will be to build the auth URL. For that, yeah, you can use this piece of code. Basically, you're gonna call the previous method and provide some data. Okay, you're gonna request an authorization URL. Yeah. Then you're gonna redirect it to an authorized, and the authorized is in here. With the authorized, we also have a to-do in here. Let's see. Oops. For the authorize, we basically have to use this piece of code in here. In the result, okay, carefully load the cache. There is a result. We're gonna call the method, the build MSL app. Yeah, within scope and authorize the, and then in the end we're gonna have a token. And yes, so now we need to work on the other to do, which is probably the cache. So we have one for the load cache. Yeah, we just I'll use this piece of code in here. Yeah, there is also a method called serializable token cache. Yeah, you can get a deep dive into it if you go to the documentation. The cache. Okay, and we also need to save the cache. Okay. If you have a cache, then you save it. All right. I guess that's all. If it works fine, then we should be able to log in now using our third-party authentication service, the Microsoft login with Microsoft account. Let's see if I saved everything. Let's log out. Let's try to sign in with Microsoft. I'll put my email in here. Okay. We are unable to complete your request. Unauthorize the client. The client does not exist. Maybe I did not type my email right. I don't know. Oh, sorry. There's a message. Okay, someone wants to join. Unauthorized the client does not exist or is not enabled for consumers if you are the application developer for an application to the person cache. Portal. Okay, something is wrong here, but yes, that section. Yes. Yeah, I think I did not configure something right in the Azure portal. Let me see if I saved everything. Okay, uh, maybe something in here. I'll try to use my other active directory. Let me see. I'll try to use this one.
You're missing the client ID in the config.
Am I?
Yeah, if you look at your URL.
Yeah. Yes, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I have to do this thing in here. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to replace it. So we can get it from the environment by using the environment.git again. And yeah, the same with the client secret. Yeah, thank you, whoever you are. I cannot see you. Okay, hopefully it should work now. I'll try to do it again. Okay, what is my password? Don't remember. Okay, the app wants authorization. Okay, so we were able to log in with the MSL and the using this stuff in here. So we are still able to create another stuff. Yeah, something like this. Okay. And the next step would be to choose VMware App Service. So I chose App Service just because it's a simple thing to do, but I don't know, everyone has its own opinion on preferences. So yeah, it's up to you guys. And then we need to add logging. For the logging, it says we need to do the to-dos in the init.py. Okay, so this one I'll basically do also a copy and paste from here. Yeah, I'll get this stuff in here. So we use the logging. So instead of put a warning, I'll just put, I guess there is the info option, because I would like to see logs of everything, not only is starting from warning, but from everything: info, warning, critic, yeah, everything. String handler, login string handler, set level login. Okay, and then we can, in the views, see where it fits should put it. Could be anywhere. It could be when some users log it right or wrong. I don't know. So yeah, you might put it someplace in here. Let's see. Flexible back. Yeah, I guess when I did it at first, I put it in when I saved a new post. So post a save changes. And save changes. Yeah, I put it something like this in here. App.logger info post successfully created. Yeah, just where else did I put in the user, if a user known or not. Yeah, right when there is this message in here, if the password is wrong, invalid username and password, I also put something in here. Yeah, so something like that, and hopefully we should be able. Oh, sorry.
Do you put a message for when they successfully log in as well?
I'm sorry. Hello.
And do you do one for when they successfully log in?
Yes, you can also do that.
I'm sorry, my son.
Yeah. I put it in here, like I put it right before the redirect to next page. I put it in also in here.
Right.
It's up to you, because yeah, if it's successful, it's going to redirect to home. So just put it right before in here. Okay. So hopefully you should be able to see the logs. And the next phase. Okay. Yeah, the next phase would be to actually upload, deploy the app to using a service web app or a VM. I chose to use a service web app. So I'll just upload my push my change to the remote repo, because we made these changes in here. So we need to update our GitHub repo before doing the deployment. So in here we add monitoring and also authentication. So just git add monitoring and logging.
I'm sorry, I have a question. Maybe I missed something. So you put your variables in .env, right? And did you use Git Ignore?
Yes. But
okay, and you are doing uploading through app service. It's okay that variables won't be on GitHub?
They are not on GitHub, because my env environment is, as you can see, is gem env, right? And I put in the .git ignore.
But I just try to understand how app service works, because variables won't be on GitHub, but you're uploading through GitHub, right? Or
Yes,
How
I'm
work?
uploading the code to GitHub. It's in here, right? But as you can see, the .env file is not in here.
But I just try to understand how Azure knows about these variables then.
Yes, we are going to see in this part. We are gonna get there.
Okay,
Just
okay, thank you
a
so much.
second. Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think let's see if I'm in the
Hey,
right.
Catherine,
Oh,
I
sorry.
just wanted to say that I was wondering the same thing that Katharina was wondering, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, we are just gonna get there. So yeah, we have our latest chains in here. It's a jamming. So let's go to the Azure portal. Home. Let's go to app services. Or just get the name because. So I have one here, but let's create a new app service. And resource group. The name is study jammers. Web app. Code. Runtime sec. Python. Probably we use Python 3.7. I don't remember. Rest. Sector science. I guess it's right. Monitoring. Side. Next step. Review. Create. Hope everything is right here. If I did something wrong, you guys will let me know. It's gonna take some time. Okay, the deployment is complete. So as you can see now our URL is this one. So I just copy and put it somewhere. Okay, so how do we do? We need to create a .env environment for our web service. So how do we do that? We go to the configuration, and then we have application settings. Then we add a new application settings, and then for each value that we have in .env, we just fill it out. So fast API, and then we put application.py. Then we do it for the SQL Server. Yeah, if you are very impatient, you can do advanced editing, and then we can just put a JSON file. Yeah, I have one example in here. So just replace with my values. Blob account. Let me see. The blob account is jammers storage. Blob storage key. Ooh, this is a big one. Blob container. client secret. Client ID. SQL Server. SQL database. Oh, I hope I put everything. Web account, blob storage key, blob container, client secret, client ID, SQL server, SQL database, SQL. Oh, SQL username doesn't look right. SQL password also is different. Okay, hopefully everything is fine in here. If you have doubts, just click on show value and check your values. And yes, and the other thing that we need to change is the Azure Active Directory, because we are using localhost. Now we need to use the domain name server, our domain name server of our application. So let's try to go back there to the search account, Azure Active Directory. App registrations. Yeah, let's change it. Instead of using localhost, we use this one in here. Yeah, hopefully it should work. Let's see. Oh, sorry. There is, sorry, we need to go to Deployment Center. Deployment Center, Classic, and we need to go to GitHub. What is it? No. Continue. Okay, continue. The repository is study jamming, branch main Python. Continue. somehow it's stuck in there. Okay, finish. Okay, then we wait. Might take some time. Let me see. Okay, it's taking a bit of time, but I have another one that I worked in here. While we wait. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, so this one I created a bit before. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that one. But yes, you can try also by yourself. I'll send you the link in the chat. You can try by yourselves. Let me see. So I'll try to log in with my credentials. With my Microsoft credentials. And yeah, as you can see, I'm in here. I can create a new post, choose a file, yeah, so it's in here. I can log out. Okay, I'll try to sign out. I'll just try to log in with the database now. Oops. So it should be admin pass. Yeah, and then I should be able to log in here. Yes, I think that's a, let me see if that the other web app is working now. Did not deploy actually. Let me try again. It says the last deployment was done at 3:41. It's success active, but actually it does not show me anything. Oh, now it shows. Okay. Yeah, so I'll send a link of the other one so you guys can try it out. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's all, guys. I think, yeah, we spent a bit time here, 1 hour and a half, maybe a bit more. Yes, if you also would like the link of the repository, I'll also send in the chat. And I'll stop the recording now. Also.